Assalamu alaikum. I am Dr. Hira Altaf from University of Agriculture, Faisalabad and Department of Parasitology. The topic of my presentation is blood parasites of on dog, an insight into potential diagnostic methods to identify the threat. As you all know, dogs are one of the most prevalent and popular pet animal in the world. In addition to keep them as a pet, they are also used for many practical and recreational purposes due to special characteristics such as agility, strength, and sharp senses. They are selected and trained for many services such as hunters, guardians, detectors, and rescue dogs. Dogs' population are highly prone to many parasitic infections, particularly with those of blood parasites. Among parasites, blood parasites lead to numerous deadly diseases in dogs. In all parasitic diseases, hemoprotozoans cause most lethal infections as they flourish in blood and the major reason of erythrocyte destruction. Blood parasites, for example, Babesia, Theileria, Trypanosoma, Hepatozoon canis, and Dirofilaria, are major cause of infections in dogs. Hemoprotozoans cause different effects on dogs, such as anemia due to destruction of RBCs, anorexia, pyrexia, pale mucous membrane, staggering gait, and corneal opacity. Uh, yes, if we talking about the global prevalence, globally 40.1% to 57.3% of dog population is declared positive for different blood parasite. Here is an insight of the worldwide prevalence of Babesia species. For example, in India, it caused 26.67% prevalence. In Japan, it's 8.8, China 9.3, and Nigeria 1%. If we move towards the next, which is hepatozoon canis, canis are highly prevalent in the whole world. In India is 30%, Turkey 22.3%, in Italy is 57.8%. If we look at the trypanosoma, in Italy is 50%, Portugal 41.1%, and in Spain it's 62.5%. But it's less in USA as 0.6%. uh, Hemoprotozoans are also very prevalent in Pakistan. For example, in various studies shows Babesia prevalence in Lahore and Narwal as 42%. In If we look at the hepatozone, is 5.8. In Lahore and Narwal, in Islamabad is 22.40%. In Multan, it's 8%. Control of blood parasites. These hemoprotozoans are transmitted by different arthropod vectors. It's a need of time to control of blood parasites. It's a challenge that requires measures focused on arthropod factors and environment based on the epidemiology of these parasites in the given area, because parasites depend upon vector for its life. Ticks are responsible for the transmission of many important hemoprotozoans such as Babesia, Theileria, and Hepatozoon. Another widely prevalent hematoprotozoan such as Trypanosoma is transmitted by Thabanas and stomach species of biting flies, while Dirofilaria is transmitted by mosquitoes. Proper identification is necessary to control their transmission by vector control. So it's a need of the time to utilize different molecular and serological based methods to identify infectious organisms which are not unable to diagnosed by classical methods. There are various diagnostic methods are used for the diagnosis of blood parasite. For example, conventional diagnosis on the basis, first of all, the clinical signs, then physical examination of dog, and then move if we move towards a specific identification, then we can use microscopy with a combination of thick thin smear and staining. Microscopy is the most common and cheap method, is in the microscope examination. uh, Accuracy is limited, but it's considered a feasible and the simplest method. But in microscopy, we should take care. because it might be influenced by stain debris and cells in different ways. In addition, blood smear preparation techniques also has a role in proper detection of parasites. Microscopy is a good method. It can provide the information regarding the presence of parasite, but it cannot provide any information about the genotype of parasites. Eh, if we move towards the next methods, which is ELISA, CFT, and agglutination, serological methods are a very good tool in with combination of other methods to detect parasites. For example, ELISA test in combination of thrombospondin related adhesive protein is better than ELISA test alone for the identification of babesiosis. Uh, Although ELISA is a valuable and reliable tool for the detection of parasites, but it also has some limitations. So, in the recent years, molecular methods are necessary to diagnose uh, parasites. For example, PCR, loop-mediated amplification, reverse line blot hybridization, and quantitative fluorescence resonance energy. Polymerase chain reaction (PCR) gained a lot of importance as a proven method due to its accuracy and sensitivity for detection of parasites. Various species of parasites can be distinguished through PCR, which could not be distinguished morphologically through the blood smear methods. So, information about strain and subspecies may be increased through a combination of genetic sequence analysis and PCR. If we prefer a method, then PCR the best method to identify the microorganisms, protozoans, which present in very small amount, which is limiting factor for light microscopy, and PCR is much sensitive in this respect. Um, the combination of methods is also a good procedure to identify and diagnose these infections. Thank you.